had this dream that I wanted to tell you about. And I just want you to take this dream as a stepping stone into your destiny. So I just want to let you know that don't underestimate, your purpose or the things that God has lined up for you. That very moment when you think you are a nobody, God may actually be trying to lift you up, to take you to a higher place, and everyone will be in awe. So just, no matter how many times you fall, pick yourself up and see you at the top, because that's where you're heading. Love you.
Mark Anthony, I had this strange feeling when I landed in the village that the little Amerindian children couldn't see the airship. I expected them to be all excited and jubilant, but they were very placid and very sort of quiet. And it's like the airship didn't exist. They looked straight through it, like it was invisible. I was surprised by their reaction.
Maybe it's because the Amerindian children are always silent.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking about perception. I was thinking about James Cook. It's reported that when James Cook arrived on the ship in New Zealand, the Maoris just couldn't see it. They just couldn't see it right in front of them. It was outside their world of ideas. It didn't exist for them. They couldn't comprehend it. And for me, it was like these little children. They just hadn't seen anything like this before, and they just ignored the airship. They could see me, but they couldn't see the airship. I was sure of it. It was just too outside their world. I think perception is a strange thing, much stranger than we think.
Lately I've been thinking about what makes good art.
I mean, no one ever wants to opt out of using the formula, but the easier option is always the easier option.
When the only way you can successfully move on is by copying what was already solved or proven. Think about those days in high school when math class was the worst because
the only way to get the area of a square was length times width times height. It almost felt like confining my capabilities to a cheat sheet or a rule book was like signing my soul away. I mean, okay, it's a bit over exaggerated, but
is you had no other choice but to bring yourself to do it because passing was the only way to get out of that class. I don't know where we're going. But in a world of art where it is natural to follow the previously paved paths of pioneers who were successful all in the name of inspiration, is where I stopped and asked myself, where do I stand?
When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to get it. I think the universe actually conspired me to be here today. I've been trying to do this interview for 10 years. But where did that idea, those words, that theme come from? Well,
it's a bit windy right now, but we're gonna have to do with what we have. I'm in my final days of being in high school, and it's kind of weird, I feel like I'm actually a part of the society now, because I think I'm not the only one my age who feels like we're in a really weird place in time. I mean, this quote by the former Harvard sociologist professor, humans' greatest problem is the fact that we have Paleolithic minds, medieval institutions, but godlike technology. And it's pretty obvious.
I feel like we're at a place where our minds are not going at the same pace as technology is going.
But a very important one, and it was scheduled to talk about the great things that we're doing with the Secretary on the Veterans Administration, and we will talk about that very much so in a little while, but I thought I should put out a comment as to what's going on in Charlottesville. So again, I want to thank everybody for being here. In particular, I will
When I think of myself as an artist in today's world, I often find myself leaning into the perception of what the world considers good art. And there's always a conflict between what I feel connects and resonates with people and what people seem to digest off the surface. If you didn't know, people trust discipline. It's high magnetism. That's why your favorite artist is endorsed by the biggest corporations and the biggest companies, because discipline is an attraction. It's almost like a currency. The more you better yourself at a craft, the higher value that you become.
The hardest part about discipline is you can't hack it. There isn't a cheat code to success in discipline if that's what you're trying to achieve. It literally starts with you taking the first step. But
I think it's true to say who people know you for is built around image. If you think about it, in most cases, what people think of you is what they have as an established idea of yourself. It means what you are is what you do. And if there was ever someone who wanted to incarcerate that power, they would have one simple job, which is to tell you what to do without telling you what to do.
it's an interesting time we live in right now, because we're told what to think more than ever before.
This feeling of being alone together and subconsciously draining more and more of our energy, focus and attention into things that don't even matter.
And if you think I'm lying, then what is the essence of cancel culture?
I mean, it's the smartest minds in the world behind the way attention is turned into currency. No excuses though. And it led me to learning something important about myself, that my art is a reflection of this entire feeling, a derealization if you may. But the special thing about perspective is it continues to remind me that everything is a lesson, even when you don't want to learn. And sometimes everything is not as simple as our 21st century iPhone brains have been taught to program into our daily routine.
Today's audience is falling for the same old trick in the rulebook. Focus your attention on the select lives of a few, and those same habits and ideologies will trickle down into us, into our daily routines, and ultimately who we are. And it works.
In the context of art, I thought to myself, outstanding art has always been as human as possible. We think we're in control of what we see because we have the remote, but really the remote is a placebo of the person who actually has control, the one behind the camera. One of the things I learned over this break is not to
Waste my words a lot more. I mean, they're so powerful that they create the reality around me. And as an artist, oftentimes there's this itch to just create, to just make things. And it often leaves our identity at a very compromising position, because you ask yourself this question, well, am I making this for myself or am I making this for people?
Graduating high school gave me more than enough time to think about this question.
Quote that we reference all the time is that you cannot have the power of gods without the wisdom, love, and prudence of gods. If you have more power than you have wisdom or responsibility, by definition means you are going to be creating effects in society that you can't see, because you have more power than you have awareness of what those effects are.
Cycling through these neighborhoods just makes me think about how society is still together but alone and separated. You know, we still have individual goals, but what really separates us if we all bleed red? What could be so important that our mission as a human race should be left to be ignored because of your passions? I don't know, it's just food for thought.
But it's a matter of subduing what was gifted to me, to the one who gifted it, because he already satisfied the plans for me.
To me, as an artist, discipline isn't consistently following the formula. No, to me, that's an insult to what art is. Discipline is more like constantly challenging your own set standards and not the ones that people around you put. Because at the end of the day, our experiences and lessons are only catered to us and each and everyone's different experiences. And so following a formula is like cheating yourself in a test before you even write one.
Writer's block. For artists, sometimes you will have to get out of your own way to make space for true art to emerge to the surface. Getting somewhere doesn't mean just running, because progress still feels like progress even in the wrong direction. And if you still don't understand what that means, then you should probably restart this video. Just get out of your own way.